at all.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a lot worse than it was, and I guess it's just because even at work, we've made people come past and try and distract me and stuff like that, so it just comes down to your training, and Oceania was a big part of that. So
I must admit, one of the things that went through my mind as preparation you guys was actually getting a strobe light going to the workshop for flashing cameras. But nowadays with these devices, because when I was in Japan there was millions of the damn things, but these things don't flash now, so it's not. So at one level I'm glad I didn't.
We had a guy come into work and he had motivational speak to us, and he was saying that any sort of distraction that you think you're going to get, you need to start training with things. He was a long distance pistol shooter, and the thing that used to distract him was the targets coming back into foot.
Oh, right.
So he set up in his basement that exact scenario with TV screens. So he used to sit there and shoot all day and then had the distractions going. So that's basically what I've been doing. Every Monday that I have off, from now I had a sick day for training, I made sure the guys would come and distract me, and then you just got to work through it. Like, guys distract you anyway, but the key is not to get distracted. And of course that just falls back into everyday life now that you don't get distracted as much. So
I must have been going around the whole competition side. Some of the competitors would see you and give you an acknowledgement, Stacey did and that, but it was split second and it was straight back on. It wasn't. You can tell by looking whether people are distracted or not. And I never saw a single Kiwi being distracted.
Well, I'll walk around and see people being distracted. They're like this every 10 minutes to the crowd. Whether they're looking for someone or something, I don't know, but you just got to think. You're not here to find your mate in the crowd. You're here to do one job, get that done, and then go and bloody play or do whatever you need to do to satisfy sort of.
Mind you, I've found that some of the judges are quite good at that as well. Distracting you?
Yeah. I had a bit of that. But yet again, you've just got to look through it and keep your eyes on the prize, because at the end of the day, they're not the ones that get the good or the bad that go with it. They're just there for the free ride, just about at that point, So they put their hard work in, and it's time for them to relax in a sense.
I talked to Sam about Maddie and Sam, we brought a young fella from Ekatahuna here. What I think is, he says, you've got a long Bruce. He's brought Ekatahuna here and put Ekatahuna in Brazil as a way of coaching.
Exactly what you got. And that's when we initially talked to Steve Brooks about taking tools over. He wanted me to take his toolbox. I said, no way, if I can have one little advantage that I know exactly every draw, like you look at Chelsea, everything's provided, and from my point of view, that is just terrible, because
you can't automatically do it.
You don't know what's an exactly draw. I walk up and think I need to hammer draw through, straight away, boom, straight into the thing. I've never had to juggle my draws, because
and not only you don't have to think about it, it's instinct, you know where it is.
Yeah, exactly. And the more things that you can know in a situation where you know nothing, it is way better. So it all comes down to your preparation at the end of the day, and what you've got to work with and what you have to work with.
So what do you think we could do to improve on the preparation going forward?
I think in my personal trade, it's just exposure. It's just exposure to the masses of the crowds like Oceania. It's exposure to whatever you can get your hands on. So I couldn't have my hands on any of the presses or most of the machinery here, but there was a company in Stafford's that had an older version machine. So I went down there and I trained on that press. Luckily, they changed the press at the last moment, and it was exactly the same as what I trained on. So it's just one of those things that you don't know enough to be able to do we don't have the resources to do what the Chinese and that are doing, buying everything and training on it. But you've just got to make do with what you can in your training environment, and get your trainer to throw those curveballs in there. My project with my drawings for my patent development was just every time it was different. So whether I changed something in my head, and just made a note of it, or whether it was just a full, completely different set of drawings. And so it's just change. It's not getting comfortable. That's where the Asian countries fall apart, because they train exactly the same thing. They know if I do this, I get that. Whereas in New Zealand, look at things as
Yeah, I think we get the picture.